Okay, my battery is on 32%. They're gonna be the last video that I do today. Cause I got to get in the house and do some things. It's been raining all day and I'm a little wet, but it's all good. I'm wet from going in and out. Y'all will see the videos. I started some seeds, did some talking. A lot of these videos, y'all, gonna be a lot of talking coming up. It's not a whole lot that I'm doing in the garden, but the stuff if I can show you, I'll show you. But some stuff I just get to doing, and before I know it, it's done. So let me say this. I did a gardening series a while back. If you're new to my channel and you haven't seen it, watch that beginner gardening series that I did a while back. I believe it's in a playlist by itself. But in this video, I'm going to talk about seeds versus starts and which one you ought to do. Okay, so when I first started gardening, y'all excuse me, I need some chapstick or something. Anyway, when I first started gardening, I did both. I bought seeds and I got starts. Now let me tell you this. I didn't know what in the world I was doing. My seeds didn't do good at all. My starts did okay. My first year gardening was a horrible fail. I really didn't understand nothing what I was doing. I bought the worst kind of soil. My starts did okay. I didn't really know to fertilize, how to fertilize, what to use, how often. I didn't know none of that. My seeds, some of my seeds come up, but then a lot of them didn't come up, and then oh, it was a mess. It was a mess. But I persevered, and I caught some fruit trees on sale, and I think those fruit trees are what saved my gardening experience, because the fruit trees, I was able to see some success, because I was able to take them from something that was almost dead, and then they grew into these beautiful lush trees. Now when all of my other stuff just petered out, didn't do well, those trees, I said, well, if I can get these trees, doggone it, next year I'm gonna do better, and I'm gonna learn, and I'm gonna try to do better. And that's what I did. And every year I've tried to do things, improve on what I do, and the things that work well, I try to continue to do them and show people how I do, so that people can also have some kind of success. So I think starts are a good thing. But let me say this. The reason why, if people ask me, do I do anything from starts now? No. Unless I started it myself from seed. But no, I do not go out and buy starts now. I haven't bought trees in a while. Trees have gotten so expensive. But I'm going to have to bite the bullet and just kind of buckle down and kind of get some stuff that I want, because it is some trees that I want. But I have not just bought any starts in years. The reason being, a lot of what I want to grow is not in, they don't have it in starts. Like for instance, when you go find starts, you're going to find very generic varieties. You're going to find Georgia collards. You're going to find sugar baby watermelons, or just whatever your generic watermelon. Crimson sweet, you know, those real well-known watermelons. You're going to find cantaloupes. You're going to find Better Boy tomatoes, and you know, those real well-known tomatoes. You're going to find like bell peppers and Pavano peppers, and there's nothing wrong with those varieties. Nothing wrong with them. I have seeds for most of those varieties. Or most of the like well-known stuff, I have seeds for it. Probably because I grew the starts and saved the seeds, to be honest. That's probably why I have them, because I didn't buy them. But the stuff that I want to grow now, the more culturally appropriate things for me, and everybody is not a cultural gardener or ethnobotanist or whatever you want to call it, whatever label you want to put on it. Everybody is not that. Some people don't care. They don't care what culture you come from. I generally don't care either, but I kind of prize and hold on to those things that I know black people have been growing for centuries. It's important to me to grow what my ancestors grew. I also grow other things as well. But it is very important to me. And it may not be important to you. If it's not important to you, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? There's so many gardeners. I'm gonna be honest. The biggest gardeners on YouTube, I don't think they give a damn about culturally what people grew. I think they grow stuff that they just grew up with at the house when they was young. Some of them, not some of them. And some people just grow whatever's on trend. You know, if it's trending, they grow it. And that's fine. All of that is perfectly fine. I'm just telling y'all where I come from, but I can only speak from my experience. So the stuff that I want to grow, it's not going to be in starts at the store. That's why I haven't bought any. However, I don't sleep on starts. If you start seeds or you can't start seeds, ain't got time or whatever, go get some starts. I tell people in a minute, don't let that stop you from gardening. If you got, you know, if you got somewhere where you can go get you something, go get it. I do think as time goes on though, if you expand and, you know, really get to gardening more and more and more, you're probably gonna want to grow some stuff that they don't have as starts. Like for instance, I've never seen Paul Robeson tomatoes as a start. I've never seen black crims as a start. Now maybe in your area they do have those. I've never seen some of these purples, like I've never seen Carolina, what's that purple one? It's a purple Carolina one. I can't think of it. Cherokee purple. I've never seen that as a start. I've never seen any, like when you can find beans, every now and again you find beans as starts. I never find the beans that I want to grow. You know, so that's something that, you know, I kind of prize. I want to grow different things. When people come to my garden, it's very interesting because most people will come to my garden, you know, those that don't watch me on YouTube or people that pass by or what have you. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of, they've never heard of damn near anything I'm growing. The only thing they've ever heard of is figs. And then when I tell them the varieties, they've never heard of the varieties. Except with the exception of brown turkey. That's common. Everybody know about brown turkey. But when it comes to navel orange, they know what that is. A lot of people don't even know what kumquats is. I don't have no clue about what that is. When it comes to a calamansi, they don't know what that is. When it comes to Meyer lemons, they know what a lemon is. Meyer lemon, what's that? You know, and we're not even gonna get into the peppers. You know, they have no freaking clue what I'm growing. One guy was very intrigued by moringa when I had moringa, and I'm gonna grow moringa again. Thank you, Clausen World, for my seeds. I did get my seeds. I'm gonna drop them. Matter of fact, I may drop them before I get out of here. Stuff like that, you know, papayas. People have heard of papayas, but my neighbor was like, "You can grow them here?" And I was like, "Yeah, as long as you can keep them alive through the winter." And she was like, "They're fruit? Yeah, if you keep them alive through the winter, yeah." She had no clue. You get what I'm saying? And then what I really enjoy though is just like sometimes elders will drive by or walk by, and I have stuff that they haven't seen since they was a kid, like maypops, what y'all be calling passion fruits. That's what they used to call them in the Caribbean. But old heads call them maypops. Y'all tell me if y'all know anybody. Ask your grandparents, your mom and them, they know it. Especially if they're from the South, they know what a maypop is. People ain't heard of them things in forever. People used to go, my granny used to go in the woods, and she wasn't the only one. She from the South and from Louisiana, and my other great-grandmother's from Texas. She used to do it too. They used to go in the woods, and you could find them passion fruits growing up in, you know, in the woods, and they would go get them and eat them. And they call them maypops. So these different things, huckleberries. My granny and them, they used to go and forage up in the woods for huckleberries. So when you see huckleberries and stuff, that ain't nothing new. Matter of fact, huckleberries come from Africa, and I got to read again how they got, like what, you know, I got to read what is it about the huckleberry. But anyway, but just to go to show you how long we've been eating some of this stuff. But yeah, so I like it when the elders say, I ain't seen heard of that. And y'all don't understand. I ain't seen them since I was a kid. And it bring back memories for people, and it's good. I like that because I like to grow stuff. Like I said, I like to grow stuff that my people been growing. You know what I'm saying? We get away from too much stuff. It wasn't never broke to begin with. We should have never quit eating. We should have never quit going in the woods and stuff to forage. We should have never quit doing that stuff. We should have never quit eating off the land. You can't pay me to tell me that this processed food out in these stores is good for us. It's not. And not just us white folk either. It ain't good. This processed food is just, and I know we're at a point where we cannot provide every single thing, and unfortunately we're at a point in society where processed food ain't going away. Well, the only way it's going to go away is we're going to have to press political leaders to make it go away, because in Europe they're not doing the way they're doing over here. Over here they reckless. They reckless with it. And I see why people leave from here and go other places where they're not doing all this. Over here we find a way to make money, and it's money, 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 money. We don't care who we killing. You know what I'm saying? So I just happen to like that kind of stuff. I like growing, and then not only that, I like to cook. So once again, when it comes to these certain peppers and stuff, like I told y'all, I'm growing a lot of seasoning peppers this year, y'all. I'm growing a lot of seasoning peppers. They don't have them in starts. All they have is jalapenos, bell peppers. Every now and then you find some poblano's. They don't have a lot of, you know what I mean? You can't even, I haven't even seen Jimmy Nardello as a start. So I'm not against starts. It's just that at this point in my gardening career, I'm past that. And if you never get past it and you say to yourself, I'm not going to start no seeds, hey, more power to you. Grow from starts. By all means, grow from starts. I do notice a little bit more variety with the brassicas as far as starts. I noticed a little bit more asperbrock, which I think is like broccolini or something. But a lot of times, the broccoli, all they got is lieutenant. When it comes to the cauliflower, they just got your regular white ones. So if you want to grow the ones that's got more nutrients, like the purple ones and the yellow ones, I haven't seen those in starts. You get what I'm saying? So I grow for health as well, y'all. So a lot of my varieties, I'm growing them because they're a little bit more healthy. And you're gonna be more healthy growing at the crib anyway, because the fresher your stuff is, the more nutrient dense it is. The longer your stuff sits somewhere on top of something, under something, over something, it's losing nutrients. As it's on, when they pick that stuff, when it's going through the warehouse, when it's getting on the truck, as it's coming to the store, it's losing nutrients the whole way there. So, this stuff in the grocery store is not nutrient dense. So, you know, you better off growing your stuff anyway. But as far as starts or seeds, I think they both great. You get more variety with the seeds. It does take longer because you have to start earlier. You can't wait and just plop it out in the garden. You know, things like that. So just be aware of those things. I'm trying to think anything else as far as the seeds, because I talked a lot about starts. Seeds, you also can get seeds more ways than you can get starts. You can seed swap with people. You can buy seeds from a number of vendors. And y'all, I'm going to do a community post. My girl Lynn sent me on Instagram some black seed businesses. And I'm going to post that where y'all can go there and get to them people and get seeds from these, you know, from these black companies. I need to go and look and kind of see what kind of varieties they have. Because I'm going to be honest and tell you, a lot of black folks, they have a lot of seeds that you probably ain't found. That, you know, just like that motherland okra. You know, the bigger white companies here and there, they find out about stuff and then to blow it up a little bit. But it's so much more out there. Just like Native Seed Search, that's the Native Americans. They own that, and it is a non-profit seed. And they have some amazing stuff. I wish to get Native Seed Search, if you hear me, get those Tepperwan peas back in. I need some bad. I want some of them Tepperwan peas, y'all. I got to have them. I got to have them. I want to grow them. So it's all these different ways you can get seeds, all these different types of different plants and drought tolerance and just all this different stuff you can get that you just can't get anywhere, that you may want to try, that you may fall in love with, you may hate. Because I've seen people grow things. Aisha grew those mango melons. She don't like them. I ain't growing them. If Aisha don't like it, I probably ain't gonna like it. Essie grew those kiwano melons. She said it don't taste like nothing. She said it look good, don't taste like nothing. So, you know, just, it's a lot of different things out here you can try. And I think you should try to start something from seed, because it's nothing like taking something this big and watching it grow into something mammoth. It's actually absolutely amazing to watch how nature can do that. You know, a tomato seed starts so little, and then my tomato plant sometimes get 10 feet long or more and produce, I don't know how many pounds of tomato, because I don't weigh my stuff. But, and if you have children, I'm gonna end with this here, I believe. If you have children and you doing this and your children are watching you, don't take for granted that, oh, they ain't paying no attention, or they ain't, you know what I'm saying? Get them involved. I did not want to be out there with my granny at our garden, and I didn't like that, but she used to say, come on here, gal, get your ass out here. I didn't have no choice. And sometimes we need to make it to where children don't have no choice. I'm sorry, all this sometimes they're negotiating too much. When I'm grown and I know I'm in sound mind and body, I know what's good for you, and I know what I'm doing for you, and I'm cultivating you, and I'm setting you up to be a better adult. Sometimes you need to put your damn foot down if you're a parent. Sometimes y'all foot be up too much. Put down sometimes. So drag your kids out there, even if they don't want to do it. Make them. But let me say this. My mother was the queen of nuance. So she may drag me out there, but see, my granny wasn't like this. My granny didn't care. My granny said, get your ass, bring your ass. I ain't got to tell you, watch what I'm doing. And I watched and I complained, shut up, girl, I don't want to hear that. You know, she didn't explain, and that was her generation. She was born in the Great Depression. That was her generation. My mother's generation wasn't like that either, but my mother was different. You know, she had to deal with people from the generation, from the people that were born in the Depression. She had to deal with that generation, so she said she was going to be better. So my mother used to tell me, girl, let me tell you why I'm telling you this. Because later on, you may be able to use this information. You may think it's stupid now, but when you get grown, you may change your mind. And I'm wrong if I don't give you this information, and I know that it had the potential to make you better. Start talking to your children. It don't matter how old they are. They could be 4, 5. It don't matter their learning capacity. It don't matter. Talk to them. Talk to them and tell them. I'm doing this because I see something in you. I'm doing this because I know that you have potential to do something, because everything you do bleeds over into something else. The way I think bleed over into gardening, it bleed over into life relationships, it bleed over into my self-esteem. See, that's why negative people ain't gonna stand around me too long, and I ain't gonna allow them to stand around me too long. You see what I'm saying? Same thing in this garden. I don't allow the negativity. You see what I'm saying? So affirm them and tell them, I know you might not like it right now. I know you probably don't. But we're building memories, and you learning something, and your learning is important to me, because learning is important for everybody. For everybody. Everybody needs to learn and grow and change and mature. How you expect your kids to mature? You don't never train. That's what's wrong with these kids now. That's why they stupid as the day is long, some of them. Now, I done met some intelligent children, but the vast majority of them, you're letting the school raise them higher. That's why they dumb as rocks. That's why they don't know nothing but these phones. And that phone ain't gonna teach you everything. That phone, it'll teach you some things. And it is revolutionary. But it ain't gonna do everything. It ain't gonna do everything. It ain't gonna teach you common sense. It ain't gonna teach you street sense. It ain't gonna teach you book sense. It ain't gonna. So just be careful with that. So y'all, if you're out here gardening, let your kids see how we're gonna take this little seed and we're gonna plant it. And this one gonna be yours. And let your kids nurture it. And let them watch it grow. And if they kill it, that's a learning moment too. You see what I'm saying? Let them do it. And don't do it for them. I can't stand that too. Sometimes y'all doing too much for the kids. Don't do it for them. Show them how to do. Teach them how to fish. Don't fish for them. Teach them. As a parent, you should be their first teacher. So like I said, all this what I see, I'm going to tell you, every time I walk out into my garden, My mother's gone. My grandmother's gone. I never knew my maternal grandmother. She was a farmer, a gardener too. She was back in the 60s, what you'll call, well, what they call an urban gardening now. That's what she was. She had an orchard in the backyard. Nobody else was really doing that. I'm lying. A lot of people were growing fruit trees back then, but she had a lowdown. She was really growing. My great-grandmother I did know, and she was a farmer. She was a lowdown farmer. They had tractors and everything. But when I walk out into my garden, I can look at it and say, this is what they passed down to me. And I can remember things and remember them, you know, buy different things. And I can say, you know, just like figs. My granny turned me on to figs. When I was a kid, I know about no figs. My granny turned me on to them. My great-grandmother turned me on to clover. How many of y'all done ate clover before? See, some of y'all probably don't even know you can eat clover. Clover good too. It's kind of tart tasting. My great-grandmother turned me on to clover. And other different stuff. I can just look at different stuff. My mama turned me on to pomegranate. You see what I'm saying? Like, so when they get old and when they get older and you gone, they'll tell your story and the legacy will continue. The legacy don't continue if you don't give it to them. You have to give them the legacy in order for it to continue. So that's my, I know I kind of veered off at the end, but I just want to, that struck me to tell y'all that, because I know it's parents that watch my channel, or if you're an auntie or a cousin or something, and you know that somebody in your family ain't really teaching that child nothing, you do it. Don't wait, you do it. Because somebody got to inspire these children. Because Lord, these children, I can't hardly handle it. You know, social media. But anyway, till next time, see you guys later.